Welcome back to the Hoffenheim's family. This is the 16th episode, and today we would like to share only the one agenda. Well, actually, I have a lot of things to share with you, and to share with all the fans of Hoffenheim. But I don't want the program to last for 1 hour. That was not very efficient and effective. As a listener, I think you would not turn on your YouTube channel to listen to only a person talking over and over again for an hour. So I decided to focus on just one agenda, and I will not talk about the impression of the new team in the new season, as I only watched the two friendly matches recently. I would like to have a very general overview of the team after watching the friendly match against Sevilla on Saturday, and after that we can look into the individual players' performance, especially the new signings, and also the tactics of our new coach, Alfred Schroeder. Well, how about this episode? I would like to share one of the major topics that I think a lot of our fans would want to discuss. It should be no doubt the transfer window, and in 2019 and 20. Well, as you know, a lot of our core players has been sold to the opposition clubs, and that was foreseeable. I think not all of our fans are willing to see this kind of transfer activities, but one could foresee that at the end of the last season, starting from Demi Bai, Nico Schulz, and then recently Joelinton, Nedima Amiri, and those are the core players that I think we have to rely on if we really want to clinch the Champions League spot in this new season. Sadly, they are all sold to our opponents. Two to Bayer Leverkusen, one to Dortmund, and then one Joelinton to Newcastle. But so this was very, very regrettable to see that. And we have a lot of new signings. In this, if you look into the numbers, we have 17 arrivals, including the players we loaned out last season, and we only sold around 11 players to the opponents, including 4 of them loaning out to second tiers, including Kobel, David Otto, our an academy player, to Heidenheim. So if you look into the numbers, I think it seems not very serious. And look at by judging to the income that we receive from selling the core players, and the expenditure we paid for the new signings. That was a very successful transfer window, because we earned nearly $1 billion, euro dollars, from in this summer. And our managing duo, Dr. Pierre Gorich and Frank Bio, said in our recent interview that Hoffenheim is not a big shot club and need to be maintained by selling our potential young players to the opponents in order to get at least an ample income to keep developing our academy and our youth sector. And the money that we receive from the transfer activities has to be reinvest into the including the infrastructure and the technological innovation, and also to the development of our youth players. So that's stick to our club notion, and it is also an opportunity for Hoffenheim to commit their potential player and to take them to the next step. And this is also the chance for them to realize their real market value and attach them to a larger and more affluent clubs. Well, from the management point of view, I think this is acceptable and reasonable. Well, of course, I know all of our fans want to keep those players forever and play for us for 8 years or 10 years to achieve a new dynasty across Europe. And of course, all our fans want all those players to stick with us and play in the Champions League and going into the knockout stages and eventually clinch the Champions League. So I really understand what we are thinking about, but from the management perspective, I think this is really useful. If we have to have a very sustainable development, we are talking about sustainable development. So this is unavoidable, and we have the management has to do that. And well, and I'm not talking about the individual new signings and sellings, but before we're talking about the players themselves, I would like to reiterate one more thing, because we have the new coach Alfred Schroeder, and there came no surprise that he want to build his own squad. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that he want to throw away all the players that Nagelsmann worked with Nagelsmann for at least 1.5 years. So and in the interview he said he respect Nagelsmann very much in a lot of aspects. So I think he really want to stick to the legacy left by Nagelsmann. But in the same time, he want to build up his own squad and to deploy his own tactics, because tactically they are different. I'm not talking about their personality. Their personality is different, of course, but tactically they are very different. If you look into how they are playing in the friendly matches, you will see the difference. So I think this is normal for new coach to establish his own new squad in order to let the players to execute the tactics. And well, I would not say selling Demi Bay, Schulz, Amiri and Jolinton as a fact that they are not suitable to Schroeder system. Well, this may not be the fact, right? but at least I think this was the club's decision, and the decision that I just share all with you, that Hoffenheim is not a big club, and they have to sell the players. So Schroeder take the chance to rebuild the squad and I think it is a way for him to please the management, and saying he may told them that, I want to build a new squad with the new players, and the new players that we or I or the scouting team that has been looking for. So just give me some time to build a new Hoffenheim in this season. I think this was a reasonable deduction, and I'm really looking forward how the team is going to be in the new season. Well, personally, I'm not very pessimistic about the coming performance of our team, although we really saw a lot of core players. Well, that will be the topic in our next episode. Well, I just share what comes to my mind after watching the friendly matches, and this is the time for me to talk about the individual signings and sellings and the departures. Well, the departure seems to be very serious to us, and most of our fans may say, this in the 2019 and 20 seasons will be a very difficult one for us. Well, I could not deny that, and it is going to be a very tough year to us, especially we lost the two key players in the midfield. I also mentioned this in the last episode, but coupling with the fact that we lost Amiri this week, and we lost Joe Linton, our great center forward last week, this truly aggravates the whole situation. And one of the very important things is that losing these core players is maybe very crucial to our formation and to our to what we are going to be in the new season, because we could not find a good replacement to Amiri and Demi Bai. And judging from the new signings, well, most of them are the wingers, and also some of them could play to the center forward, but none of them, except the return of Sebastian Rudy, plays in the midfield. So this is one of the very key worrying area that our club needs to look into. I really hope that the club could buy at least 1 to 2 high quality midfielder. That is not going to be very expensive. I do not need the club to buy very huge signings before the close of the transfer window, but at least find someone that costs cheaply, but with a think of quality, or even buying the young and promising potential players and adding them to our squad. I think this was the really important step for the club to react. So but except the midfield areas, I really think that the club already find some young potential player, and also possibly some good substitute to the center forward and even the wingers. Well, judging from the transfer strategy and this summer, I think Hoffenheim would like to build the team on the return player. The return player, that means that the players that we loaned out last season, including Sober, Grifo, Not and even Apple Kuma. And those are the players that I think they have a very huge opportunity to be the starting lineup in the Schroeder team in the coming season. Especially Grifo and Sober. I think Schroeder would like to employ them every match if they are not going to receive injury during the match. So this this is a trend that I observe. Well, you may have some other ideas, other comments, but this is what I think. Judging from the if the so-called recycled players could really contribute to the new Hoffenheim team, I think this would be very remarkable achievement by Alfred Schroeder. Well, personally, I really want to have this kind of achievement, but that remains to be seen. Yeah, that remains to be seen. It's a long way to go. In addition to the returning players, we have 5 new signings. If you say the goalkeeper Philip Pancake, we have 6 new signings. Well, I think those signings are directed by the coach and the scouting team. I think those players are what Schroeder want to have, including the defender. I think the left back Staffrey Lidis from Augsburg, the Greek defender, and also the left winger. I think not only a left winger, but he could play as a second striker. Sergis Adamyan, who was the Armenian striker coming from Young Regensburg, and also two possible center forward, and also they can play the wingers. One of them is ES Bilbao from Hanover, and another one may sound a bit unfamiliar to us, but he was a very hot striker in last season in FC Copenhagen. The Denmark center forward or the right wingers Robert Skoff, who was also featured in the recent European Under-21 Championship, and well, don't forget his score against Germany Under-21. Although this was only a penalty kick, but it was one of the rising stars that we could not overlook. So with this new addition, we are really looking forward to see how Alfred Schroeder maximize the team and maximize the player, especially they cost really little. They cost only around 20,000 million euros. Well, the biggest signings in this new season is Robert Scrove, costing only 10 million euro dollars. So I'm really looking forward to see if Alfred Schroeder could build the team on cheap and lesser loaned players. That would be a very good achievement if the team is going to finish top 6 this season. Well, I may sound a bit optimistic and a bit aggressive, but don't rule out the Lace could play a fullest extent. And I think Alfred Schroeder already pleased the management by signing a lot of cheap and young players, and this kind of transfer activities already in line with what the management are thinking. What does the management think about transfer activity decisions? Is to buy low, sell high, and they are very ambitious to execute this common goal and find more income and money to invest into the team and build up another team that could go into the Champions League. I would have to say, well, this is regrettable to lose Demi Bai and Amiri and also Joelinton and Nico Schultz. But the team has to go on, and the team has to go into the next level. So if those young players, including our academy players, I think Baumgartner is going to be one of the key substitute player in the new seasons. If he is going to be successful, I think that would be a very positive message to Hoffenheim. And I really hope that our new and academy players, including him and El Kim, and also other players currently playing in the second team, which play in the regional league, could be featured in the first team, at least in the second half of the next seasons. So we have to observe what Schroeder want our team to achieve in the coming seasons, and it could take time. Well, I think it would take around 1 to 2 seasons to get the achievement. This was a long-term goal, and please be prepared that Hoffenheim may not have a very successful season in 2019 and 20, but I still believe that our new coach to achieve something in the coming seasons. Well, I think starting from 2020 and 21, if he stays for at least 3 to 4 years. So for all the performance of the individual players and his tactics and his soccer philosophy, we are going to talk about that in details in the next episode. Finally, I would like to share the recent establishment by our media and PR team. That was a very, very good movement as they launched TikTok and using it as a Hoffenheim's new media partners. Well, if you know, TikTok it has already been a sensational phenomenon across different countries, including in China, which has a very big market share. And I think to put it simple, I will not explain to all of you what is TikTok and how it is going to be used by the club. But it is very useful and it is very crucial if we want to promote Hoffenheim to the other country and to different age groups. Especially TikTok is a very good platform to launch the short entertaining clips for kids and to launch other videos. I mean the side chat videos that features the daily life of our players and also incidents outside the football pitch, and even as a platform to promote what our teams are working on the social levels, on the working with other organizations, to do something for the community and the charity. So should be a very good platform, and especially the clips are short, so it would not cost a lot of time for our fans and even to others non-Hoffenheim soccer fans to watch. And this is the way to promote our team. I would not say we have to follow what the promotion strategy like motion capture usually practice, because they usually take a more humorous way to promote their team. But at least we need to tell people what we are doing to the soccer players, to our young players, and to the society, and to not only to society in Germany, but to the other countries. So it was a very important step for us, for our media team, to launch this exclusive platform. So please support this new platform, and we are going to have a new episode, I think, next week, to see the team, to have a very brief overview of the team before the start of the new season.